No, you're talking about, I have a chapter called Turn Shit into Sugar. And I'm always one that moves more towards the classical way of expressing something. It's just me. I don't do it out because I'm prudish at all. But so I rebelled against doing this. I was going to put it in, turn water into wine, or turn dross into gold, or I don't know what the expression is. But, the expression was turn shit into sugar. And this is a book about hustling. And it comes from him, and it comes from his world. So why be so finicky about something like that? But to be honest, if you asked me, I would have never guessed I would have shit in the context, the title of one of my chapters. But it's very appropriate, because what does a black hustler have to deal with in the hood when he's trying to make money? He's dealing with shit. He has bad drugs. He has shit happening to him every day in his life, and he has to find a way to transform it. So it's extremely appropriate, I'm afraid. The idea is that we tend to think of circumstances that happen to us in life as being good or bad. I mean, it seems obvious, We have a traffic accident, it's bad. We got the right ticket in Lotto and won $500,000, that's good. But it's not true. It's not realistic. And I'm not trying to put on people a philosophy of life that's just simply an interesting philosophy. I'm trying to give you a way of looking at the world that will help you. And the idea is not to think of anything as necessarily good or bad. So winning $500,000 would be the worst thing that could ever have happened to you, because now you suddenly think that that's what's going to happen next, and you're just going to live off of that money, and you're going to go splurge on things that are totally useless, and that becomes a habit for you. And now when the money's out, you're extremely depressed and you haven't developed any skills. On the other hand, losing your job, which you think of as bad, could be something really good, because now you have to find out what you really want to do in life, and you have to actually develop some skills and think deeply about your plan, where you want to be in 3 or 4 years. Nothing is good or bad. It simply is. It's simply an event that happens to you. And so when you alter your way of thinking like that, and you simply see events as completely neutral, it becomes really powerful, because you're not afraid of bad things happening to you. And bad things are actually inevitable. It's going to happen. Somebody close to you is going to die. You're probably going to lose your job. Something you make or write or create is going to fail. People aren't going to like it. You're going to be criticized. It's inevitable. And how you handle that will determine your success in life. And if you're able to see these things as not necessarily bad, but as something you can turn around into something good, it's an incredibly powerful, powerful philosophy. So, for instance, if your work is criticized and doesn't do well, then you must see that as a turning point where you must learn why what you did failed and how you can improve and it won't happen again. And so you learn from that lesson. And so I have a quote in there from Nietzsche about how so many people are just sitting around waiting in life. What they're waiting for is something good to happen. They're waiting for that moment when they meet the right person, when that right good job falls in their lap, whatever it is. And then they're 40 years old and they're still waiting, and it's too late. And they no longer have their youth, and they no longer have their energy. I'm trying to talk to people who are 20 years old now, and I'm saying stop waiting, move now, and realize that anything that's happening to you is something you can turn that shit into sugar.